of Oakland Dodgers today. We're looking for his second victory in the World Series this year. Sal Maglie. Salvatore, the barber, who won 13 while losing 5, and his comeback has been one of the incredible stories of 1956. Junior Gilliam is in there, one hit 14 times as fast so far in the series. The outfield pulls to right. Reese going out to left field. Pitch comes down outside, ball 1. The Yankees have at third base Andy Carey, Gil McDougald at shortstop, Billy Martin at second base, Joe Collins at first. Left field is Slaughter, center field Mantle. A pitch to Gilliam, swung on a ground ball to the right side. It is foul. Bouncing off the facing of the box seats and comes back out into right field. Hank Bauer has it. So the count to Junior Gilliam, 1 ball, 1 strike. Gilliam, 1 hit and 14 times at bat in the series, has driven in 2 runs, has scored 1 run. He's walked 5 times, and he has struck out once. And his batting average is the lowest of any player in the game today with 0.71. He's a switch hitter batting the left side. Crouches, checks up on the bat about 3 or 4 inches at the end of the handle. Don Larsen looks into Yogi Berra. The pitch comes. It's a fastball. It's a little too high for ball 2. Babe Pinelli of the National League working the plate. Umpire Hank Bauer of the American League at first. Gil Hodges of the National League at second. And Larry Knapp of the American League at third. The pitch to Gilliam, a curve on the outside corner, strike 2. Gilliam steps back 1-2 steps in disbelief, but the evidence is up on the scoreboard 2-2. Wee Reese on deck for the Dodgers. Larsen not using a windup, using this new abbreviated delivery of his where he holds the ball and then lets it go. Here's a curve, strike 3 ball. Third ball. Delivered by Don Larsen. Across the inside corner just above the belt. Strike 3. So Larsen, who in his previous appearance in the series walked Gilliam his first time up, striked him out. The batter now is Reese. Wee against Larsen on Don's pitch. Popped out his first time up to the shortstop. Reese has 6 hits and 18 times at bat in the series, 1 triple and 2 RBI. Wins and fouls it back. Strike 1. Strong breeze blowing out towards left field. Yesterday's wind was out towards right center. Game's all tied up to a piece. Dodgers sat there after the first inning. Carey is even with third, about 2 steps off the foul line. A pitch comes. It's the fastball inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. Billy Martin at second base, shouting into big Don Larsen. Larsen stands out there, just sort of squeezes his hand against the glove and then comes with a pitch. There's a curve. Strike 2. Rubbed a good curveball over. Larsen, in about his last 3 or 4 games of the regular season, decided to try this pitching without a wind-up idea to see if it wouldn't help his control, and it did. Here's a pitch to Rick just outside. The ball to a curveball, missed, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Yogi Berra, who called quite a game yesterday when young Tom Sturdivant pitched so masterfully for the Yankees, trying to mix them up so that the Dodger captain cannot get set. Here's the pitch coming to him. A curveball is just inside. Ball 3. So it's full count to Wee Reese. On deck is Jim Snyder. Reese has never really had a bad series. Had 7 hits in 47, 10 hits in 52, 8 hits in 55. So far has 6 for 18. Gives him a 333 batting average. Pitched by Don Larsen. A curveball, strike 3 ball. Well, Larsen disposes of the first Dodgers to face him on strikeout. And unlike his last appearance, when after walking Gilliam, he got Reese to pop out, he then walked Snyder. And he took a double play ball to get him out of a jam. Now he's got 2 out. He's pitching to the deuce. Snyder has 4 for 14 so far in the series. 1 double, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. He's walked 3 times, struck out 6 times. And the deuce in there. The outfield is full to right. The pitch comes. The curveball misses the inside corner, and it's ball 1. So Billy Martin is backed up at second base. Joe Collins deep along the line. Mickey Mantle in right center field. And Hank Bauer over near the wall, 344 feet away. Larsen checks with Yogi Berra. Hits and the pitch comes down. A curveball. Strike one. Larsen took a little off that curveball. And Dick Snyder, way out ahead on his swing, misses it. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Duke gets back in, wearing number 4. Snyder, left-hand batter, swings over a close fence. His right foot planted right up close to that plate. McDougald skated over back to second. A pitch fastball outside. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Dick Snyder. The Dodgers at bat here in their half of the first inning. The Yankees being the home team of this game coming to Yankee Stadium. All with the best wishes of the good folks at the Gillette Safety Razor Company. The pitch swung on. Here's the drive out into right center field. Hank Bauer moves in, and he gets it. Bauer started in a step, held, started back, and then came in. I think it fell high as Dick Snyder lines up to Hank Bauer. And in the first inning for the Yankee defense, they're strong enough to hold off the Dodgers. And Brooklyn in the first half, the first inning goes down 1-2-3 order.
And towards the middle of the first inning, the score is Brooklyn 0, Yankees 0. Last half of the first inning, game 5. Hank Bauer leads off for New York. Joe Collins on deck and Mickey Mantle to follow. Sal Maglie out on the mound. Left his batting order intact. Sal Maglie, who won the first game of the series for Brooklyn with a tremendous performance, chalking up his first World Series win. He's out today to try and give the Dodgers a pivotal win.
And Sal Maglie, the man of many tricks, delivers a foul. Third ball, Bauer tried to bunt, fouled it off. So it's 1 strike. Jackie Robinson guarding very carefully. Maglie with many varying speeds of curveballs. And as we told you in the first game of the series, called by many the surveyor. Here's the 1-strike pitch to Bauer. Way inside and behind him, and Bauer ducks out of the way. Maglie looks to his hands to indicate that it's slipped. When Sal was pitching for the Giants, the Dodgers used to suspect that Sal didn't throw at them, but just kind of eased him back away from the plate, and then he'd come back with a big curveball to set him up. Now Bauer looking out to Sal as the barber looks into Roy Campanella. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch on the way to Bauer. Inside, fastball, ball 2, 2 balls, 1 strike. Maglie, who was born April 26, 1917, Niagara Falls, stands 6'2", 185-pounder. In 51, he pitched the Giants in the series, worked 1 game, 5 innings, was charged with the loss. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Hank Bauer. Swings over it, strike 2. Hank was looking for a curve. Maglie gave him a fastball on the inside corner, and Bauer swung over it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Maglie pitched in 54. 7 innings, gave up 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 base on balls, struck out 2. So his victory this year is his first in World Series competition. Ground ball, foul down the third base side and bounces off the face of the box seat, back out to third base umpire Larry Knapp. So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. Hank Bauer leading off for the Yankees in the last half of the first inning. Sal Maglie working out there now. Gets a new ball and gives it the customary workover. Middle open in right center field. Here's the 2-2 delivery to Bauer. Swung on a fly ball hit into shallow left field. Going out is Reese, the shortstop, backing up. He's undercut it. So Bauer pops out to Wee Reese out in the short left field. And there's 1 away. So, as was the penalty of the first game, when Bauer bounced out third to first, Bauer becomes the first out of the 5th game of the World Series. The batter is Joe Collins. This is not the same lineup that the Yankees used the last time that Mr. Maglie pitched. The pitch to Collins, fastball outside, ball one. Gil Cowan started in that first game at first base, the Yankees. Collins is here as pinch hitter. Mr. Collins has had 2 hits and 12 times at bat. 1 double, 2 runs tied in, 2 base on balls, 1 strikeout. The outfield full to the right with Duke Snyder on in right center field. Right side if you're playing back. Here's the pitch, strike call, fastball, right down the middle. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike now as the barber settles down to his job. Looking back over Sal's career, the early innings have usually been the troublesome ones for the barber, and then he normally settles down. So let's see what happens today. 1-1 pitch, bunted down the third baseline. Robinson coming in, drops it, makes the throw, and he is out at first. Fine throw by Jackie Robinson on a bunt pitch to the left side of the infield by Joe Collins. The Yankees spent a couple of days in extra bunting practice, and apparently this is a strategy somehow. They have a feeling perhaps Maglie a little off stride when he delivers his pitch. And for that reason, they may try to bunt him and maybe tire him out a little. Well, the Yankees now send up their great hitter, Mickey Mantle, and the Dodgers go into a modified Williams shift. There's a swing and a miss on a fastball by Mickey for strike 1. Wee Reese, the captain and shortstop of the Dodgers, on the first base side of second. Jim Gilliard is back on the edge of the outfield grass at second. He's about a third of the way away from first, and Hodges deep along the line. Jackie Robinson playing with a shortstop normally does. Big hole over in left center. Campanella, curve, just missed outside. 1-1. It was at the knees and outside. Mantle so far in the series has 4 hits and 14 times at bat. 2 home runs. 1 yesterday, a prodigious clout at the right center field bleachers. Pitch by Maglie. Curve outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Duke Snyder is way around in right center field. Carl Pillow is back near the spectators in right field with 3 of the Dodger infielders on the right side of the field. Jackie Robinson playing up close to the grass at first. The pitch by Maglie. Swung on. Skied out into left field. Coming on is Sandy Arrows. Moved in. He's got the range, and he has it for out number 3. So, the Yankees in their half of the first inning are down in 1-2-3 order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on.
And towards the end of the first inning, the score is Brooklyn 0, New York 0. First half of the inning at Yankee Stadium, Game 5. Jackie Robinson leads off for Brooklyn. Hitting in the 4th spot with Gil Hodges on deck and Sandy Amarillo. As most of you know by now, this series has followed in reverse the pattern of last year when the Yankees won the first 2 games here at the stadium where the series opened, and then the Dodgers won the next 3 in their own ballpark, with the Yankees winning the 6th, the Dodgers the 7th, to Emerald Canyon. So this is the key game. Each team has won 2 games. Don Larsen pitching to Jackie Robinson. Strike 1. Jackie's had 5 for 14 in the series. Gil McDougald, a great throw, and a fortuitous turn of events. The ball could have bounced anywhere. But McDougald, of course, was striking to his right, as you saw. A business liner off the bat of Jackie Robinson. To use the old cliche, that was too hot to handle. But it deflected toward McDougald, who recovered rapidly to throw Robinson's fairy play. Gil Hodges Takes inside for a ball.
Hodges, 3 bases on balls. He has struck out 3 times, and his batting average is .500. 7 hits in 14 times at bat. Pitch to him. Swings on a curve. Doesn't get it for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. With Enos Slaughter deep in left field. Mickey Mantle shaded over in left center. Big hole open in right center. And Bauer over in front of the runway in right center field. Billy Martin shaded over almost back to second. The pitch comes, and Hodges takes the second. Fastball over the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. We're in the top of the second inning, the 5th game of the World Series, and the series all tied up 2 games apiece. The Dodgers winning the first 2 over in Ebbets Field. The Yankees bouncing back and winning the next 2 here in Yankee Stadium. Tomorrow, the action moves back to Ebbets Field. The pitch to Hodges. Swing, swing. That's all for Gil Hodges. That is strikeout number 3 for Don Larsen. Now, in the first appearance by Larsen against the Dodgers, in which we pointed out he worked only 1 2/3 innings, he did not strike out anybody. So he has improved considerably in the department of strikeouts. The batter is Sandy Ambrose. Sandy has 1 hit and 10 times at bat, 1 RBI. He's walked once, he struck out 3 times. Left-hand batter, strong little fellow. The pitch by Larsen, the fat fellow with the outside the ball high. Strike 1. Don Larsen with that very modified windup, to which he just looks in and presses that glove and then delivers. Cut on and foul back to our left. So the count 2 strikes. Don actually stands out there and stands erect in taking the sign. And sort of pushes his hand into the glove just before he gets there to give his arm momentum and to get it up and around, of course. And he comes into that ball. So Larsen's out there, 6'4", 225 pounds, 2-strike delivery, way inside and grabbed by Yogi Berra, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sandy Ambrose started to dig a little hole. He was going to get out of there. Sandy, only 5'7 and a half, 163-pounder. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Top of the second, no score. Brooklyn Dodgers, New York Yankees. Here's Larsen's 1-2 offering, a curve that hangs outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Billy Herman coaching at third base again today for the Dodgers, with Henry Jake Fiddler coaching at first. And the breeze is blowing out towards left center field. Larsen comes with a curve that is popped up to the right side. Billy Martin going out to kill the people going up hard. He grabs it, then falls, but holds the glove up. The umpire is a great job there to make sure that the ball is not trapped, and he made a clean catch of it. So in the second inning, the Dodgers go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. And at the end of 1.5 innings of play, the score, Brooklyn Dodgers nothing, New York Yankees nothing.
Yogi Berra leading off for New York. Enos Slaughter on deck and Johnny Martin to follow. Sal Maglie on the mound. Strike 1. Berra's at 5 for 15. Maglie has a very good curveball, and he'll throw a slider in there too every once in a while to mix in with his fastball.
Maglie retiring the first 3 men to face him. Pitch comes to Berra, swings and lifts a fly ball out into short left field near the line. Sandy Ambrose going for it, going for it, and it is Pee Wee Reese making a back to the infield grab of it. Fine catch by the Dodgers shortstop and captain, who went almost out to the line, and with his back to the infield, reached up in the air and grabbed the ball. Enos Slaughter now with 7 hits in 15 times at bat. Enos has had 1 home run, 4 RBIs, the bases on balls. He has not struck out. The pitch by the curve is much over the defensive strike. And Enos is still awaiting word from Kansas City. About the air. Or errors. Outside with a fastball for ball 1, strike 1 count. The outfield is full to the right with Jim Snyder in right center and Burlow deep in right. Jackie Robinson up close to third, right on the edge of the infield pass with his left-hand batter up there. Big hole over in left center. Maglie checks the sign. Deals the 1-1 delivery. A strike 2 ball. To the ball up in the outside corner. We are especially proud today, as we have been all through the World Series, to realize that the men and women of the armed forces, wherever they may be, are hearing the World Series on the Armed Forces Radio Network. Fly ball. Flights out into left field. Sandy Amron throws to his right. He's under it and takes it for out number 2. 2 up, 2 out for the Yankees in the second inning. And we've got a real pitcher's battle going here between Sal Maglie and Don Larsen. Well, Billy Martin, who has had 2 home runs in the series, he's got 4 for 15. One of his home runs came off of Sal Maglie. Came in the 4th inning of the first game. 1 out. Pitched by Maglie to Martin. A curve from the outside corner of this right-hand batter for a strike. Just about. Seems to be almost automatic. Great man of the Brooklyn Dodgers, Sal Maglie. Cheers into Roy Campanella. Outfield straight away for Billy. Jackie Robinson about 8 steps off the line at third, right up even with the bag. Crissetti clapping his hands at third base, shouting encouragement at Martin. All right, so he's bottoming up a strike deal. Comes to Martin. Swings and he fouls one over the top of our head. We're not exactly guilty of being cowards, but it's rather difficult to enunciate with a baseball between your teeth. So it's 2 strikes. The barber is ready out there with 2 outs, nobody on, no score in the ball game in the last half of the second inning. Martin steps out, and umpire Babe Pinelli calls time while the bat boy retrieves that ball. All right, Maglie's all set to go. He winds, and the pitch is coming to Martin. Swings, misses, and drops. Tag, and shot. So it's not a foul. He swung on and picked up around the tag. First strikeout for Maglie. The crowd recorded so far. That gives you down 1-2-3 order in the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And at the end of the second inning, the score: Brooklyn nothing, New York Yankees nothing. Larsen has struck out 3. Sal Maglie has struck out 1. The Yankees have hit 2 balls to the outfield. They have hit only 1 ball on the ground. The Dodgers have hit 1 according to the outfield taken by Hank Bauer on Duke Minot. So it's a real right-handed battle here as Carl Furlow steps in. Furlow so far in the series, 5 hits and 15 times at bat. Has 2 doubles, 1 RBI, 2 base on balls, struck out once. A fastball over the middle of the plate for a strike. Furlow, the Dodger counterpart of the Yankees' Hank Bauer, a strong man, swings over at close stance, bends right into the plate. Here's the pitch coming to him. Swings on this one. Lines it out in the right field. Hank Bauer moves to his right. 2 steps. He's got it. Out number 1. While we wait for the next batter, Roy Campanella, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Houston's Radio Win. WINS. 1010 your dial. New York. This is Bob Neal with Bob Wolf in Yankee Stadium, and Roy Campanella steps in. Campy has 4 hits and 12 times at bat. Very open stance. The pitch comes to him, a fastball that's outside, ball 1. Both Larsen and Maglie have been very close to that plate. Unlike Larsen's last appearance, in which he was very wild, today he's been very close. And, of course, Maglie's always close. There's a curve for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. We're in the top of the third. Larsen has retired the first 7 Dodgers to place him in order. 1 and 1. Curve with check to swing, but he broke over the outside corner for strike 2. So Don Larsen must have really studied Mr. Maglie, because he's got the blueprint. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. The outfield playing straight away. Carey's back up at third. McDougald at short. Hardman settles at first. Pitch. It goes to strike 3. So Roy Campanella is back up to number 4 for Larsen. Well, if you have checked with it, you know that Carl Erskine holds the World Series single game strikeout record with 14. By the way, that's in the Encyclopedia of Baseball. The hand is for Sal Maglie, who's up there. That's been a pretty good sportsman in the regular season. He's been up 3 times in the series so far, has failed to get a hit, struck out 1. Swings on this one as the liner clear field. Mantle moves in, and he takes it. Little liner out over second base. Maglie almost took one in, but with Mantle's great speed, he was able to outrace it and grab it. So, in the 3rd inning, the Dodgers go down in 1-2-3 order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. And at the end of 2.5 innings to play, the score, Brooklyn nothing, and the Yankees nothing.
Last half of 3rd inning at Yankee Stadium. The bottom third of the order coming up. McDougald, Carey, and Larsen.
So batting 182. Pitched by Maglie, a ground ball foul. Outside of third, retrieved by the third base coach, Frankie Crosetti. What a great number of memories must go through the great brain of Frankie Crosetti. Coaching at third base. All the many years that he performed so brilliantly for the Yankees. Gil McDougald throws up there, swings over a close stance. Looking in is Maglie, and he delivers near the curve for strike. So the barber, not to be outdone by the great pitching so far of Don Larsen, matching pitch for pitch. Maglie looks in again with a 2-strike count. McDougald leading off, Carey on deck. Here's the 2-strike pitch to McDougald. Swings and a ground ball to the left side. Coming in, Jackie Robinson fires it across the Hodges. Down at first is McDougald. Play going 5-3. Third to first, 1 away. We were mentioning Frankie Crosetti a while ago. Played in the 36, 30, 38, 39, 42, and 43 series. He really had a lot of experience. Andy Carey, 2 hits and 9 times at bat so far in the series, is ready, and Maglie delivers inside. Too close to him for ball 1. Carey bounces back out of there. Luke Snyder, the center fielder for the Dodgers, moves over a few steps to the left center field. They get Carey right center. Robinson sneaking in close at third, about 2 steps off the edge of the infield. The pitch by Maglie comes, and it's a pop-up. And moving to the right of the plate in foul territory is Roy Campanella. Studies himself, he's got it. So Andy Carey fouls out to the catcher, Roy Campanella, for out number 2 in the 3rd inning. And we'll have to look through the Encyclopedia of Baseball to see whether in any previous series game the first 9 men of either team have been retired in order. There's only been 8 retired in order so far for the Yankees, but 9 for the Dodgers. Don Larsen is moving up there now. Don, in his other World Series appearance in the second game, worked only long enough to bat 1 hit for 1 time at bat, and drove in a run. So Larsen, who's big enough and strong enough and brave enough to swing that bat, is in there. Maglie's ready, delivers to him. There's a curve that's too high for ball 1. The barber stretches his arm, blows on his pitching hand, outfield straight away. Infield regular. Here's a 1-ball delivery. Swings and a ground ball foul outside of third, moving over to Frankie Crosetti. He's got this one, 1 ball back. Well, we have never seen 2 finer right-handers go to work, as we're seeing here today. And the series that has been filled so far with so many exciting moments promises to have even more with this game today. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and a popper back at the plate. And Roy Campanella with his catwalk moves off to the left of the plate this time. He's got that one. Well, Carey fouls out to Campanella on the right side. Larsen fouls out to Campanella on the left side. And for the Yankees, the first 9 men retired in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. And at the end of 3 full innings of play, the score, Brooklyn nothing, New York Yankees nothing. Gilliam is one of 4 strikeouts that Don Larsen has recorded. And this has easily been the quickest 3 innings that have been played in the series so far. Andy Carey, the third baseman, planted very close with Gilliam, an ever-dangerous punter. Swung on a ground ball to the right side. Billy Martin moves to his left. Easy bounder, tosses to first. He's out. So the 10th man is retired in order for the Dodgers as Gilliam bounces out Martin to Collins. 1 out in the 4th. And for the Dodgers, it is the captain, Wee Reese. Reese, the right-hand batter. The Yankee outfield straight away. Slaughter, however, is deep in left field with Carey backed up a few steps back to third. There's big Don Larsen out there now. He's taking his time. He's ready in the pitch to Reese. He tries the second pitch. The batter to the right side. Martin has it, and he fires to Collins on number 2. So it didn't take Mr. Larsen long to disturb the first 2 Dodgers here in the top of the 4th inning. As both Gilliam and Reese bounce out second and first. And the batter is Duke Snyder. We have no score in the ball game. The Yankees have not been able to get a runner to first base, nor have the Dodgers. Sal Maglie has retired the first 9 Yankees to face him in order. Don Larsen had retired the first 11 Dodgers to face him in order, and he struck out 4th. So Larsen is out there on the mound, and he looks into Yogi Berra. Duke Snyder pumps that bat, and the pitch is outside. A fastball, ball 1. On deck for the Dodgers, Jackie Robinson. These 2 right-handers matching pitch for pitch as they struggle for an edge here in this game of the World Series. The delivery's outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. This is the first batter that Larsen has not been on the right side of the count with. So Big Don goes to the Ross bag. He's back up there. Gil McDougald is shifted over almost back at second base. Martin deep at second. The pitch coming to Snyder. Third ball. Drives it deep in the right field. He's flying in the upper deck foul. That ball is just foul as Duke Snyder went to that third ball and pulled it just a little too much down at short right field line, 296 feet. So that brought the crowd back up on their toes. Fans sitting quietly and admiring the great pitching performance of both Larsen and Maglie. They lifted on their seats by a big fan of Duke Snyder. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ready to the pitch count. Ball, strike 2 balls. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now with Don Larsen facing Duke Snyder with 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning and no score. Larsen's ready. 2-2 pitch comes to Snyder, and he slices a foul in the upper deck back to third base. So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Duke. Casey Stengel has moved Mickey Mantle over a few steps in right center field. Bauer, of course, with Snyder up there, is to the right. And the right side of the Yankees backed up, and right on the edge of the outfield grass is Billy Martin at second base. McDougald about 10 steps to the left of second, and Carey is seated over near the hole where the shortstop normally would be. All right, Larsen looks in, pushes against his glove with a modified delivery. The 2-2 pitch is big ball. 400 strikeout, and the first 12 Dodgers to face Don Larsen are retired in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. And at the end of 3.5 innings of play, the score, Brooklyn Dodgers nothing, and the New York Yankees nothing.
That's the 4th inning at Yankee Stadium, Game 5.
First pitch swung on and foul right in front of us, coming downstairs on the stick, and down she drops. I didn't know whether that ball was going to get to it or not. 1 strike to Hank Bauer. Maglie has not allowed Yankee to reach for safely, and the pitch comes to Bauer. Fastball way outside. 1 ball and strike. One ball and 1 strike. And Hank Bauer there. Hank with his feet fairly close together. Swings over a closed stance. His right toe almost cuts his right heel. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball. He missed. That looked like a slider. It had the speed of a fastball, but it broke off just a little bit as Bauer went swinging for it. It's 1-2. Well, Maglie and Larsen are really keeping things humming here. Neither pitcher has given up a walk. Pitch to Bauer. Ground ball left side. Taken by Robinson. He fires it across the Hodges and out at first. Play going 5-3. Jackie Robinson to Gil Hodges, third to first. The batter now for the Yankees is Joe Collins. Collins bounced up, third to first in the first inning. Joe fired today had 2 hits, 12 times at bat, so he's now 2 for 13. The outfield for the Dodgers, pull to the right. Right side of the infield backed up. Pitch by Maglie. Fastball to the outside corner for strike. So Maglie really has that surveyor's equipment out there today. He's really got the lines cut off sharply. 1 strike, 1 out. And the last out of the fourth inning, no score. The pitch. Collins takes the fastball to throw. 1-1 now. Joe steps out. Knocks a little dirt out of his spike and is back in there. Robinson is in 1 step on the edge of the infield grass at third. Reese is deep at short. And Gilliam backs up at second with Hodges deep at first. Maglie with the 1-1 delivery. Comes with a curve that's over the outside corner for strike 2. Started that ball outside and it snapped over the outside corner just above the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Joe Collins talking with umpire Babe Pinelli. Probably saying that's quite a curve. 1-2 now with 1 out. Nobody on. No Yankee has reached first, nor has any member of the Dodgers. Pitch to Collins. Trying to hold up. Hits a little blooper back of third. It's foul. Looks like Joe tried to hold up on the pitch, and he sliced it off as a little sort of a blooper type fly ball that was not high enough for Robinson to settle under, and it drops in foul territory, so the count remains 1-2. Maglie goes to the roster bag again. The Shadows here in Yankee Stadium have reached out to about a third of the right field area. And the shade out in field is Hank Bauer, and he's picked at. It's Carl Furlow, and he's backed up out there. Furlow in right, Snyder in center, Ambrose to shallow and left. And the count is 1-2, and the windup by Sal Maglie. Double windup, and the pitch comes over the outside corner, strike 3. So Joe Collins becomes strikeout victim number 2 for Maglie, who got Martin to in second inning. And Don Larsen has struck out 5. He got 2 in the first inning. He got 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. Here's the 2 out, 5 to 4. Neither team with a runner reaching first, and the Dodgers pull in field shift with the shortstop on the right side of second. A curveball to the outside corner to Mantle at the belt for a strike. Reese on the right second base. Gilliam is halfway between second and first, and Hodges deep along the line. The outfield full to the right. They're giving Mantle left center field. Maglie into his windup, delivers a fastball outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. That looked like a right-hander screwball. All right, Sal Maglie surveys in there with Roy Campanella. He starts into his windup and he feeds to Mickey Mantle a strike over the outside corner, a curveball. Well, it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, and it's almost unbelievable to see this ball the way it is jumping around. Our booth here, which sits right over home plate, gives us a wonderful view of the pitches as they come up. All right, Maglie's ready. Kicks. The pitch comes down. Here's a swing and a slight foul going up over the roof. So Mickey Mantle stands in there with a 1-ball, 2-strike count with 2 outs, no score. Maglie has retired order. The 11 Yankees. Larsen retired in order. The first Hodges to face him. We get a full idea of the great performance going on. Maglie looks in very carefully, shakes off the first side. Now he's ready. Ranks in the 1-2 pitch to Mickey Mantle. 3 balls, 2 low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jackie Robinson, the third baseman, is playing where the shortstop, Wee Reese, would normally play. This is sort of a modified Seth Williams shift. Also, this shift was used by the Kansas City A's against Mickey Mantle. They have not used it with runners on. Pitch to Mantle. Swings on this one. Slices a fly ball down the left field line. It's going to carry into the stands out of play. Sandy Alvarez came over, couldn't get to it. So the count remains 2 strikes. Mantle the batter. Mickey lights time up. Slide out to Sandy Alvarez. A little fly ball out there in short left field. Well, Mickey's back in. Batting from the left side with the right-hander, Sal Maglie working. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Nobody on. No score. Both pitchers being superb. Maglie feeds the 2-2 delivery to Mantle. There's a swing and a drive in the right field, and that is the home run to Mickey Mantle. That is Mickey Mantle's 3rd home run of the series. Gives him his 4th RBI. And Sal Maglie made one bad pitch to the first ball man he faced. And Mickey Mantle hit that ball out of the park. So it's the Yankees 1, the Dodgers nothing. The last out of the 4th inning, the batter Yogi Berra. Maglie is ready. The pitch comes to Berra. Takes a curve over the outside front of first strike. So Sal with Nicholas pitching. Finds himself down by 1 run. 1 strike delivery to Berra. Curve just missed outside. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Yogi. Berra's last time up popped to the shortstop. He has 5 hits and 16 times at bat so far in the series. And the Yankees in the 4th inning break out with a run on Mickey Mantle's home run.
It's out that the first base runner on either side. There's a home run. Belted by Mickey Mantle. 1-0 New York. Each pitcher had retired every man he had faced until just now. Mickey's on the run. He got it. He got it. I will stop it. Center fielders in baseball, one belting it for a homer, and the other making one of the most sensational catches you'd ever want to see. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, no one left on. The end of 4 innings, the Yankees won, the Dodgers up. No one. The high foul coming back out of play. Up curve. Pulled the string on him. High foul. Down the left field line and out of play.
Robinson holds that bat, cocks up the ball. There's the soft curve, and he pushes it out into right field. Hank Bauer takes for it. He's over to his right. He's under it. He's got it for out number 1. So Robinson becomes the first out of the 5th inning. And Don Larsen has retired the first 13 men to face him in order. batter now, Gil Hodges, struck out in the second inning. Gil also a right-hand batter. Now, Casey Stengel moves Mickey Mantle a few steps over in the left center. Infield backed up on the left side. A curve for a strike. Top right over the outside corner. I guess that Carl Hubble, what difference he thought it might make to a batter to have a pitcher just come up with this abbreviated motion that Larsen's using. There's the curve for strike two. Larsen can go to the full windup. He did the first time he pitched in the second game of the series, but today he has not gone to a windup. He uses this modified windup where he stands out there on the rubber, looks in, and holds it right in front of his the lettering on his uniform, and then pushes against the glove and delivers. Fastball outside. 1-2. It might make it a little more difficult for batters to pick up the ball, since the arm this way comes out of the front of that white uniform. So it's 1-2 strike. Yankees won. The Dodgers nothing. Dodgers batting in the top of the fifth. Mickey Mantle's home run putting the Yankees ahead. A curve 2-0 for ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The outfield for the Yankees, Enos Slaughter, deep in left field. Mickey Mantle a few steps over in left center. And Hank Bauer in right field. With Carey at third, McDougald at short, Martin at second, and Joe Collins at first. Martin is back near the edge of the outfield grass, shaded over near second. Carey back on the line at first. Larsen ready once again with one out. And the 2-2 pitch is delayed. Hodges back delayed too long and steps out. Umpire Babe Pinelli, motion time. Hodges back in, his right foot right back against that rear restraining line. Another up with his plate, so he swings over a close hand. Here's the pitch coming to him. Swings on this one. Drives one deep in the left center field. Mickey Mantle going back for it. Still going back. He reaches up and grabs it. Mantle backhanded that ball way out there in left center field. That was pure robbery. Great running catch by Mickey Mantle, who backhanded the ball way out in left center field. While we wait for Sandy Hammer, we pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Radio Win. WINS. 1010 on your dial. New York. This is top field with Bob Wolf, and Sandy Amherst is in there now, batting from the left side. The pitch comes to Sandy. He takes it outside for ball one. Don Larsen has retired the first 14 Dodgers to face him. The last two, however, have hit the ball fairly well. Hodges really belted one out in the left center field. Fastball over the outside corner, about the knees for a strike. 1-1. Mickey Mantle was shaded fortunately over in a few steps over in left center, and he took off and really outran that ball. Mantle's over in right center. The pitch to Amherst. Curve. He drives it deep in the right field. It is a one-run foul. Sandy was along that first baseline, was looking out there with umpire Ed Runge and umpire Hank Bauer to make sure that careful study was being made. And showing you the dedication of these umpires today, as has been the case all season and certainly in every game of the World Series. Almost simultaneously, home didn't foul. So Amherst is back in there. 1-2 strikes to count. And fans rooting for Brooklyn had reason to believe for a moment that this score was all tied up. But it's 1-2 strikes. It's 2 out, 6 for Amherst. Fastball is too low for ball two. Larsen has taken the stuttering step towards the dugout, but he holds up now as the count goes to 2-2 strikes with 2 out, nobody on. Larsen with 5 big strikeouts. Rips into Yogi Berra. The 2-2 delivery to Sandy Amherst. The ground ball to the right side. Billy Martin plays it on the big hop, fires over to Collins, out at first. So in the first 5 innings, Don Larsen has retired the first 15 members of the Brooklyn Dodgers to face it in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. And listen to the hand that Don Larsen gets as he comes to the dugout. So at the end of 4.5 innings to go, the score, New York Yankees 1, and the Dodgers nothing. And the young man who's been patiently waiting now to carry along the second half of this, the fifth game of the World Series, the young man from Washington, Bob Wilson.
Thank you, Bob Neal. Enos Slaughter is the plate. The first pitch from Sal Maglie is a curveball, which comes in 2-0, and it's ball 1. The score, Yankees 1 and Brooklyn nothing. This is a home pitch. Slaughter flied out to left field in the second inning. He's followed by Martin and McDougald. Maglie throws from the fingers of his pitching hand, then starts the windup. Sal's pitch is wide of the plate, and the count goes to ball 2 to Enos Slaughter. Well, this is a great scene right now. Sal Maglie, 39 years old, who's made headlines in the series, and Enos Slaughter, who has also made tremendous headlines at age 40. A curveball put on the outside, and it's now ball 2 and strike 1 to Enos Slaughter. A real duel between two tried and true veterans. Youth has to be served, they say, but these fellows seem to be right in the line near the top. There's a pitch coming in low. Ball 3, strike 1. And you can hear the hum of the crowd. Roy has drawn a walk. In fact, the bases have been mighty empty. The only man who's been on has circled the way around. That was Mickey Mantle. 3 balls and a strike. The pitch is low. There's the first walk as Slaughter jogs to first base. Or you might say, as we take our first look at, he hustles and almost runs to first base. Here's a guy who likes to run off the walk. So Slaughter gets down to first in a hurry. He's anxious to be on the base, and there he is with a walk. And Billy Martin, who struck out in the second, the real clutch hitter, is at the plate. There's a throw to first base, and Slaughter hustles back to the bag. Billy steps outside the batter's box. They're playing him slightly around short left. Jackie Robinson at third base has come in just a foot or so off the infield grass, and Slaughter leads off first. Maglie with the stretch of balls. A look toward first. The pitch comes in low. It was a breaking curveball. Came in low and right at the plate. And Martin again steps out, looks down toward Frank Rossetti, coaching at third. Bill Dickey coaches over there at first. Billy Martin, always dangerous, but particularly so, it appears, when the pressure is really on. Maglie again looks off first base. Then comes in with a pitch from the inside corner, and it's good for a called strike. And the count is 1-1 to Martin, who again is outside, again looking down toward third. The two roommates, Martin and Mantle, have had a total of 5 homers in the series. A throw over to first base, and Enos Slaughter's back in plenty of time. Billy is gunning for his 6th World Series homer, and Mickey Mantle, by stroking one, has had a total of 8. Mantle with a big home run, the only one in the game. The pitch is bunted. Maglie fields the throw to second base. It's a hard throw, but it's taken out there by the shortstop, Wee Reese, in time for the first out of Enos Slaughter. Wee had to reach high in the air, and he hauled it in. So Billy Martin is on first base, forcing Enos Slaughter on the front side sign as a play went from Maglie to Reese at second base. And Gil McDougald, who grounded out on the third, comes up now for the second time. There's been one hit in this game, and that was Mickey Mantle's home run into the right field seats in the 4th inning. A tense duel today between Maglie and Larsen. McDougald in waiting. He looks at a curve for a called outside corner. Slight breeze is blowing out toward left, and it's a beautiful, warm, sunny afternoon with clear blue skies overhead. It's perfect baseball weather. The entire series has found fine weather except for the one rainout. But both games have been played in ideal conditions. Martin taking a good lead off first. It comes in wide of the plate. And the count now is 1-1 to Gil McDougald. who's playing shortstop and batting seventh for the New York Yankees. Andy Carey is on deck. It's 1 out and 1 on. Both these pitchers showing superb control. Sal Maglie on the mound. He won the first game of the series back on Wednesday. Now look toward first. And here comes the pitch. There's a foul back out of play. It's 2 strikes, ball 1 to McDougald. Gil cradles that out somewhat. He is a rather unusual stance, keeps it back, and sweeps it forward when he swings. The breeze has increased just a bit, blowing out toward left center. Folks out in that sector are just being drenched with the sun beating down. Martin again leads off first base. Maglie peers in, gets the sign out from Campanella. Infield, that's double play depth. Here's the pitch. And a curve misses the outside corner. Campanella then whips the ball down to Hodges at first base, and Martin gets back in time. The count is 2-2. All of these players teed up, mentally alert for this big game. Through to Gil McDougald. There goes Martin. A swing and a foul. It's tickling and has a little stop. Just about 15 feet or so from the plate outside the third base line. Today is Thanksgiving Day in Canada. We'd like to wish our neighbors to the north a happy holiday. To Gil McDougald. Again leads off first. McDougald waiting. Maglie gets the side. Right-hander with a stretch to pause. And here comes the pitch. And one out Reese. That's close to first double play. Wee Reese jumped for that line drive of the batter Gil McDougald. The ball popped out of his glove. He caught it as it came back up and whipped the ball over to first base to get Billy Martin and retire the side. It was really unusual. Reese had a reach up as the ball popped in and out of his glove. He got it, and over to first for the twin killing. So, in this home set, the total show, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left.
The score at the end of 5, the Yankees 1, the Dodgers nothing.
Carl Perillo slide to right field off against Don Larsen. Here comes the pitch, and there's a foul. Back just in front of our microphone. Like an old fire horse up here, whenever those fires come back, I'm usually shooting to the left or the right. There's a going to short right field. Going back is Martin calling, and he has it. Perillo's out. And there's one out on the sixth. As Roy Campanella will look at a call strike 3 in the beginning. That comes off to face Don Larsen. There's a constant hum in the crowds of San Bernardino, which has been intensified in process. There's an afternoon that the scoreboard operator has had a comparatively easy task. Campanella at the plate, one out in the sixth. It's high pop-up going after short center. Larsen and McDougald there, and Martin makes the catch. The two ran out side by side as it went after short center field. Billy Martin hauled it in. And for a while here, the crowd was gazing most emphatically which of the two would call for the ball. The applause for Sal Maglie, who lined out for Mantle in the third inning. 2 outs from the top of the sixth. And one of the greatest pitching duels to this point that ever has been recorded in a World Series game. Maglie steps in with 2 away in the top of the sixth. He swings and misses. Maglie the batter. strike two. He's like now. Larsen, 27 years old, 6'4", delivers, and a curve comes in low. The count now 2 strikes in the ball. Two out. Nobody aboard. And the outfield is playing slightly toward right for Maglie. Mantle's over in right center somewhat. Here's Larsen's next one. And there's a foul just off to our right. That remains 2 strikes and ball 1. Gil McDougald rubs at the ball and throws it back out to an arm. Babe Pinelli is calling him at the plate this afternoon. Larsen goes to the rosin box. Maglie in the batter's box waiting with the count 2 strikes in the ball. Here's the pitch. And there's a foul to the right. As Maglie battles right in there. Sam made a good catch that last one over there, judging by the applause all around him. 2 strikes and ball 1 to Maglie. Larsen ready with a new ball. That little rosin line him up. Maglie quickly waits for the pitch. Here it comes. A curve misses the outside corner. And the count goes to 2-2. Time called while the plate ump gets a new supply of baseballs. Once again, Larsen scoops down, picks up the rosin bag. Maglie waiting with 2 outs. The score, 1-0. Yankees lead. The pitch, missed. Maglie goes down swinging. 6 strikeouts for Don Larsen. And then the top of the 6th, the side is retired with no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. And the score at the middle of the 6th inning. The New York Yankees won. The Brooklyn. You know, with the New York Yankees coming up, you just noted here how many of these fellows see double duty. Like Giggle, he does a lot of moving around the infield under Casey Dangle and Billy Martin. The Cards Wally Moon with the outfield for Casey's shake-well system. He can play first base the outfield. Bats left-handed, throws right-handed, and gets out of business, he shaves right-handed. With the Gillette Super Speed Razor. That's 1 of 3. One, the light, regular, or heavy, is especially engineered to give you something special in shaving speed and comfort, whatever your combination of skin and beard. The light has minimum blade edge exposure and precisely the right edge angle for middle skin and most younger men. The regular is for average skin and beard. The heavy, with greater blade edge exposure and steeper edge angle, is right for men who like the heft and feel of a heavier razor. Choose yours and you're set for clean, good-looking shaves. Easy, refreshing shaves, and they're candies. Right now, you get razor, Gillette Rubely dispenser, travel case, plus the pack-filled baseball, all for $1. Raise alone. Andy Carey leads off in the home 6th against Sal Maglie. So far, there's been 1 hit in the ball game. That's the total. 1 hit, and that hit was Mickey Mantle's home run for the only score of the ball game. The pitch. It's a long drive to center field. Carey on the way to first base. Elliott comes in to field it, and Carey over a single. Andy Carey drilled 1. A low rider to short center field for a single, the 2nd hit of the game. And here comes Sal Maglie, who draws a tremendous hand to the crowd. At the plate has fouled out to Roy Campanella. The score is 1-0, and the scoreboard total shows 2 hits for the New York Yankees. Yankees lead on Mantle's homer. Now Larsen is back right-handed, and as the punter steps in, Carey on first base. Robinson comes in. There's a swing and a foul ball going in the left field seats, about 15 or 20 feet outside the line. And about 2/3 the way down the line. So Larsen swinging away. And it's Strickland. Robinson has posted himself, though, on the infield ground. He'll not be down, maybe laying down. Here's the stretch and the pause by Maglie. And the pitch. It's footed. Robinson watches it roll foul. It's outside the third base line. Carey got a good jump that time. He went sliding into second base, but will be on the way back to first. So Jackie Robinson was in that and waiting, but it was foul on the bunt. And Robinson now has a few words to say with Sal Maglie with the chance strike 2 on Larsen. And now Robinson with the 2-strike count has gone back deeper. He's about 2 or 3 feet off the infield grass. Now Larsen has stepped out. He looks down to Frankie Grassetti to get the sign, and now he's back in with Carey on first base and nobody else. Maglie, a stretch, pause, and the pitch. A bunt. It's half into the mound. Campanella picks it up, throws to first base with a sacrifice out. Gillian covering. Don Larsen got it with 2 strikes. And we'll set him a sacrifice. Carey is on second. As Hank Bauer, who is popped up and grounded out, comes up now in the 6th. With the score, Yanks 1 and the Brooklyn Dodgers nothing. In a thrilling ball game this afternoon.
Hank Bauer has popped out to Reese and popped down third to first. He survived it in 20 at-bats. The Yankees 1, Dodgers nothing, last of the 6th. 1 up. Dodger bullpen is very busy in left-hander. Take 1. You can see it coming up in the bullpens here. They're hidden from our view. But as a guess, and at this stage in the ball game, you'd figure Besson and Levine.
Hit in the hole out to left field. Drives in Andy Carey. Ambrose fumbled the ball as he tried to swoop it and pick it up, and he contented himself with a throw to second. Bauer on first base. And the score of the ball game, New York Yankees 2 and the Brooklyn Dodgers nothing. Well, that bunt by Don Larsen with 2 strikes put Carey in scoring position, and Bauer brought him in. Collins at the plate. Here's a pitch, and it's wide for the ball. Ball 1 to Collins, who is 0 for 2. Bauer leads off. Here's the pitch. Here goes the line drive to right center field. Straight as after it. Can't get it. Plays it on the hop. Bauer's on the way to third. He'll make it. Throw goes into second. Bounces on first. The New York Yankees have risen up here in this home 6th with 3 hits. And now Wolf Holston going out to the mound. Mickey Mantle is coming up to the plate. Bauer, who was driven in the second Yankee run here in this 6th inning, New York leading 2-0. Bauer is on third, and Collins is on first. Austin has gone out to speak to Sal Maglie. There have been 4 hits so far in the game, and the Yankees have notched them all. 3 here in this 6th inning. The other Mantle's homer in the 4th.
coming with 2 outs. That was the first hit of the game. Alston is now going back from the mound, and he pauses about 15 feet or so from the third base line. Has gone back again to speak to Maglie. Just a final word. Again, starts away and pauses and comes back. And this time, after 2 more words, Johnny Robinson is standing right beside him. And now, as Wee Reese comes over, they motion for Robinson to leave. And the reason for that is, in the World Series rules, there can be just the catcher and the pitcher, manager, a coach, and around. A total of 4 out there at the same time. Now Alston is back to the dugout, and Mantle steps in. And the crowd certainly is whooping it up. Sure you can hear him back. It's a tremendous moment with men on first and third. 1 out. Mantle the batter. The pitch is low for a ball. The defense is not out of the ordinary with the outfield pulled around to right. Rick a little closer towards second. Gilliam is in the hole between first and second. Pitch is fouled back. On the count now, 1-1. Mickey Mantle back in the first, flight out to left, and in the fourth, pounded one into the seats and right for a home run. Grillo is playing just on the edge of the cinder path in right field. Runners Bauer at third and Collins at first. Count 1-1. Here's the pitch. He hit a curveball which came in around the knees. Now that was a big swipe that Mantle made for that one. For 2 strikes, ball 1. Man, this is really a ball game today. Maglie looks in, gets the sign from Campanella. 2 strikes, ball 1 to Mickey Mantle. The stretch, the pause, and the pitch on the way. There's a ground ball taken by Hodges. He touches first one out, throws home to Campanella, and they have Bauer caught between third and home. There's a throw to third, back to home. Campanella runs him back to Robinson. Robinson makes the tag on Bauer. Double play. How about that one? Mantle with a ground ball just down the first baseline to Hodges, who touched the bag almost in the same motion as he scooped up the ball. Then came the throw into home, and they had Hank Bauer caught in a rundown between third and home, and finally the ball down. The double play to retire the run. On this frame, the New York Yankees came up with 1 run, and the score after 6. The Yankees 2 and Brooklyn nothing. And the score after 6, the Yankees 2 and Brooklyn nothing. Boy, they're really buzzing about that last one. For those of you who may be scoring in this World Series, the rundown went for that double play 3-2-5-2-5. First, the catcher, the third baseman, to the catcher, to the third baseman. And the totals in the home six: 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. Now the 7th inning, with Jim Gilliam leading off against Don Larsen. Gilliam is struck out and grounded out. The pitch, over for a called strike. Strike 1 to Gilliam. And the next pitch is wide. This is the 7th inning of the ball game. One and one. Gilliam leading off. Gilliam fouls one off to the left. The photographer makes a nice catch of the ball in the ledge just at the second deck. Score of the ball game, Yanks 2 and the Brooklyn Dodgers nothing. Gilliam leading off here in this seventh inning of play. Looks in, gets a sign. The count, 2 strikes and all. There's the ball with by McDougald. A nice play throw to first for the out. He'll scoop it up on the one quick hop. We pause 10 seconds for station. This is Mutual, the radio network for all America. The batter is Wee Reese with 1 out on the 7th. He's looked at a call, strike 3, and has grounded out. He swings and sends a foul back on the screen just in front of us. It lodges right there, rather frustrating thing for those who like to reach out and go for a foul ball. Strike 1 to Wee Reese. 1 out on the top of the 7th. Don Larsen on the mound. Here's the next pitch. He goes a long fly ball to center field. Mantle moves to his right. He's waiting. That has it. Mickey was playing back fairly deep that time. Doesn't have to make too much of a run. So they're 2 away in the top of the 7th. As Duke Snyder, who lined out to Hank Bauer and has looked at a call strike 3, steps in. Snyder in there and waiting. 2 away in the 7th. And the first pitch. Ball 1. Bauer playing very deep and right. Looks in, gets the sign, and delivers. And there's a foul ball, a routine fly to left. Slaughter waiting. And has it. That's 21 in a row. Retired by Don Larsen. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. And the score in the middle of the 7th inning. The Yankees 2 and the Brooklyn Dodgers nothing. Yankee first base coach Bill Dickey certainly must be proud of the way that Yogi Berra has developed into a star catcher. Bill, a great one, passed down some fine hit number on the field today. He can find his complete Major League record together with the records of all the other Hall of Famers in the Best Pocket Official Encyclopedia of Baseball. You get this valuable digest of the famous $5.95 Standard Authority absolutely free with purchase of the Gillette Super Speed. In 320 pages, this book contains results of all World Series games and records of every series player, Major League player roster, league leaders in batting, runs, hits, home runs since 1876, playing field dimensions, height of fences, and seating plans of all Major League parks, all-star game results, all this and more. This fact-filled book is absolutely free when you buy the Gillette Super Speed Razor, Gillette Blue Blade Dispenser, and Travel Case at the regular price, $1. But better get yours soon. The supply's limited. The attendance, 64,519. And are they being treated to a magnificent game? The scoreboard shows 4 hits in this game. That is the total number of hits, and the New York Yankees have them all. The Yankees also have the only 2 runs. And it's Yogi Berra coming up in the home 7th to face Sal Maglie. Mantle's homer and Bauer's hit, which drove in Carey from second base, are the 2 runs which we've seen. And there is the ball, low to Berra. Yogi's 0 for 2. Here's Maglie's next one. And there's a pop-up. Jackie Robinson puts down the glasses, now is going behind third and takes it in foul territory.
One away, home 7th. And Enos Slaughter is flied out to left field and his walk comes up. Now Slaughter steps in. And the pitch is laced foul up to the left. Somebody made a good grab of that one. And is mighty proud as he holds the ball aloft for this tremendous crowd to see. Slaughter has drawn the only walk of the game. Strike 1 the count. There's the pitch coming in too close. And the count is 1-1. Score, Yanks 2, and the Brooklyn Dodgers nothing. Maglie delivers, and a curve is too low. And there's 2 balls, strike 1. Amros has moved in just a bit in his left field spot. 2 balls and a strike. And there goes a fly ball. Amros is going back for it. Takes the catch on the cinder path in left field. Sandy had pulled in for Slaughter, and Slaughter sent a fly ball out to fairly deep left, and Amros had to go back and take it on the cinder path. Twice that Slaughter is flied out to the left fielder. Billy Martin steps up. He is 0 for 2. And the pitch is low in the dirt, skipping by Campanella. Ball 1. Breeze is blowing toward left from home. Maglie rubbing up a new ball. 2 outs here in his home 7th. Here's a windup on the right-hander. He delivers. A cut and a miss by Martin as Maglie curved him on the outside corner. And Billy steps out of the batter's box with the count 1-1. Maglie blows on that pitching hand. Now starts the windup. Comes in with a pitch. There's a base hit. Going to left field. Hard hit grounder between Robinson and Reese. And Billy Martin is on first base. That is the 5th hit of this game. And Gil McDougald, who is 0 for 2, is at the plate. Gil knocks the dirt out of his spikes before stepping in the batter's box. But Martin on first and 2 away in the home 7th. A tremendous game this afternoon. Here's a pitch inside for ball 1 to McDougald. Filed this afternoon, interested in runs as well as totals on this one. Martin on first with 2 away. There's a changeup which is wide, and the count now is ball 2 to Gil McDougald. Amos is back just a bit in left, and Snyder's playing a fairly deep center for Gil. Brillo has moved over to right center field. Martin moves off first base. Maglie with a stretch to pause, and the pitch comes in low, and the count goes to ball 3 to Gil McDougald. Gil steps out for the moment. Now he's back in. He stands fairly deep in the batter's box. Grips that bat, looks out for the mound. The count ball 3. Here's Maglie's pitch, and it misses the outside corner. It was a curveball. McDougald draws the second walk that Sal has given out. Only 2 walks of the game. Martin moves to second, and Andy Carey, who scored the Yankees' second run, is at the plate. Andy singled in the 6th. Single to center. He was moved up by Larsen, who with a 2-strike count caught it. And was out on the sacrifice. Carey moving to second, and then Bauer single to left. And that brought in Carey with the Yankees' second run. The first run was Mantle's home on the right. Carey up there now with 2 outs and 2 on.
And the first pitch almost hits him. It's a jump back from the plate. He speaks to Babe Pinelli. And Pinelli says no. It was very close. Ball one to Carey. Martin and McDougald at second and first. 2 away. Here's the pitch. A cut and a miss by Carey. And the count is now 1-1. Andy decides to step out, get a bit of dirt. Rubs his hands. Now tugs at his cap as he steps back in. Sal Maglie working in the mound. Snyder has moved over to left center field slightly. The stretch and the pause, and the pitch. There's a foul chopped off to the right, not a play. Carey again decides a little more dirt in order to get a better grip on that bat. Campanella rubbing up a new ball before slipping it out, bringing it out to the pitcher. They meet halfway from the mound to home plate. Having a little talk right there. Now Maglie walks back out to the mound. First 2 men in this inning, Barra and Slaughter went out. Then Martin got a single left, and McDougald has walked, and Carey up there now with a 2-strike ball, 1 count. There's a ground ball going out to Reese. Over to second. The force is made there on Gil McDougald. Reese to Gilliam. So the third retired in this home 7th, with the total showing. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, and 2 left. The score after the end of the 7th inning. Yanks 2, Brooklyn nothing. Here now is the 8th inning, and Jackie Robinson, Gil Hodges, and Sandy Amos will be the first 3 stepping in there to face Don Larsen. Robinson is grounded out and has flied out. There's a hum of expectancy here as this 8th inning gets underway. As the crowd keeps a careful eye on the playing field and the scoreboard. Jackie Robinson steps in. And you can just feel the tension here in Yankee Stadium. Larsen steps back off the mound. He has his glove off, rubs up the ball, puts the rosin back aside, and we're ready now for the 8th to get on the way. Robinson batting cleanup and waiting. Here's the pitch, and it gets the corner for a called strike. Strike 1 to Jackie Robinson. Larsen getting the start for Bella. Here it comes. And there's a foul going off to the right and out of play. It's strike 2 to Robinson. Two strikes to count to Jackie. The score, Yanks 2 and Brooklyn nothing. Tremendous performance this afternoon. Larsen looking in, getting a sign. And he starts the windup, but Robinson steps out. Jackie is reaching up to his right eye. Apparently he has something in his eye. Now he calls for the rosin bag, and he goes over to speak with Gil Hodges near the on-deck circle. Jackie takes one of Hodges' 2 bats that he has there, just holds it for an instant, now takes his own bat and goes up back to the plate. And meanwhile, Larsen goes back to the rosin bag. Crowd buzzes, and we're all set. As Larsen is ready, delivers. There's a ground ball back to Larsen. He's on first base, and Robinson is out. is struck out. And he went out to Mantle and made a superb catch in the fifth inning in left center field. Now, a lot of folks sitting back, holding onto the edge of their seats right now. Gil Hodges in the batter's box. One out on the top of the eighth inning. Here's the pitch. And a curve in the outside corner for a called strike one. The drama rises as this ball game progresses. Strike one to Gil Hodges on the outside corner. Larsen's next one is wide, and the count now is 1-1 to Hodges. Ambrose was on deck. Larsen back off the mound for the moment. Has his back to home plate as he rubs up the ball. Big, tall, 6'4" pitcher. Tugs at the cap and decides to go for the Rosenbach once again. Hodges, meanwhile, waits in the batter's box. Swings the bat. Looks out toward the mound. Here it comes. A swing and a miss. And it's 2 strikes, ball one to Gil Hodges, who decides to stop out for the moment. Slaughter is back there in fairly deep left center. For Hodges, a power hitter. And Mantle is back deep and slightly off toward his right or our left as we look out. 2 strikes in the ball. One away in the top of the eighth. Here's the next pitch, and it's wide. On the count, 2-2. This game comes down this home stretch now. Crowd very aware of everything that is happening here as far as the score and other important matters are concerned. And naturally the tension rises as each inning continues out toward the climax of this duel. The count, 2-2 to Hodges. 1 out in the eighth. Here's the pitch. And there goes the ball, which is taken by Andy Carey. Close to first way out. That was the ball that Hodges hit. A very low liner. Carey went down in the dirt, and he had his glove under the ball. It appeared that he caught it on the line, but he threw it at first base regardless. And the official has ruled that he did pick it up and caught it on the line before the ball was in the dirt. So Hodges is out on a low liner to Carey. Sandy Ambrose takes strike one. In the eighth inning. The pitch. Ambrose swings. There's a fly ball. Mantle is waiting for it in right center. He's got it. Tremendous roar. Larsen has retired 24 men in a row. Here in the top of the eighth, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. And the score at the middle of the eighth inning. Yanks 2. Well, so far today we haven't seen any of those attempted pickoffs except on rare occasions because there haven't been too many on base. But when men get on, you got a fellow like Whitey Ford pitching, boy, he's murder. He's great at it. And here's Whitey to tell you himself in a specially recorded interview how he takes them off first. What's the trick, Whitey?
Well, I keep my head turned toward the batter, watch the runner out of the corner of my eye, and give a kick that confuses him. The runner thinks I'm throwing to the plate. Instead, I step towards first, fire the ball, and pick him off.
Thank you, Whitey. Now, there's something else I'd like you to tell the fans. How do you shave?
The easy way, with shaving cream and a Gillette razor.
Like Whitey Ford, you find how easy, how clean, and how comfortable a shave can be when you latch onto the Gillette Super Speed Razor that's matched to your face. Into the light, regular, or heavy. There's one that suits your skin and beard to a T. To get the razor of your choice, Gillette Blueberry Dispenser trim travel case for $1. Attached to the razor set is a 320-page encyclopedia of baseball, and it's free. The applause you heard in the background, I'm sure you know, was for Don Larsen And as he came up, the applause really rang out to the rafters here, and almost to a man. This vast assemblage stood up and applauded Don Larsen, who has been putting on a superlative performance. Adjectives can't quite describe all that is going on as far as Larsen's going is today, but I'm sure you who are listening are well informed of the drama that Larsen holds right within his pitching grasp. And he comes up now here in this home eighth with the score of the ball game 2-0. The pitch is over from Sal Maglie for a called strike. The Yanks lead by a 2-0 score with the only 5 hits in the game, but that score is just half of this tremendous drama going on today. Here's the next pitch to Don. He swings and misses, and it's strike 2. Maglie himself putting on a great performance. He's yielded 2 runs. Here comes the next one, and it's wide. 2 strikes and a ball to Larsen, who has fouled out, but it inserted a big sacrifice in the 6th inning, moving Carey to second, where he later scored on Bauer's hit. There's a swing and a miss, and Larsen goes down on the strikeout. And there's 1 out in the home eighth as Hank Bauer, who has singled in a run, Mantle had the other with a homer, comes up for the 4th time. He's popped up, grounded out, and singled in the run in the 6th inning. So Hank Bauer steps in now with 1 out in this home eighth. Maglie, all set to work. Here comes the pitch, and it's over the outside corner for a called strike. There's a call for the baseball at the plate. Babe Pinelli tosses it out of play, and there's a new one in Campanella's mitt. He rubs it up and throws it out to the mound. Bauer up there with a strike 1 count. He'll be followed by Collins. Now Maglie looks in to get the sign. Here comes the pitch, and a curve drops low, and the count is now 1-1. There goes a high fly ball, curving and going foul, and landing up in the upper deck outside the left field line. Two strikes and a ball, and a foul back. Two strikes, ball 1. Another new ball going out to the mound. Campanella first rubbing up. The umpires give those balls a good rubbing down in the umpires' room before the ball game, and during the game they allow the catcher and the pitcher to rub up, but have asked the infielders not to. A swing and a miss. It was a foul tip. And it nestled in Campanella's mitt and follows out on a strikeout. He just barely ticked the ball. That brings up Collins with 2 away here in this home eighth. Collins bunted and went out. And he is struck out, and he's singled to right center. Two away in the home eighth. Maglie, all set. Here comes the pitch, and it's wide for a ball. Maglie doing a fine service this afternoon for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Rubs up the ball. Now looks into the sign. And the next pitch comes in low. Ball 2. Ball 2 to Joe Collins. outside the batter's box. Now Joe is in and waiting. Maglie starts the windup. Delivers, and it comes over for a called strike. 2 balls, strike 1. Yanks, with the only runs and hits in the game, have 2 runs and 5 hits. Collins at the plate. 2 balls and a strike. He swings and fouls one, which is going over toward the New York dugout, taken by the bat boy there. Count is 2-2, and Collins again outside the batter's box. Knocks the dirt out of his spikes prior to stepping back in. It's rather a hushed stadium at the moment. 2-2. Another foul trickling off to the right side. It appears right now that this hush right here is coming, just as the crowd senses the drama still to unfold. 2 away here in this home 8th. Collins crouches slightly. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss as Sal Maglie strikes out the side in the home 8th, giving a great pitching demonstration this afternoon. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. And the score after 8 full innings. The score is Yanks 2, Brooklyn nothing.
Do you really want a decent shave? Do you really want a decent shave? Then shave with the blade and the razor by your neck. Shave direct.
We pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Mutual, the radio network for all America. This is Bob Wolf along with Bob Neal. The 9th inning is coming up here at Yankee Stadium. And coming up for the Brooklyn Dodgers, Carl Furillo will lead off. The number 7 batter. As I look around the stadium here in this tremendous assemblage gathered for a most exciting game, I can see the folks already craning forward, leaning just a bit, as they strain for full concentration on the performance here in the 9th. Carl Furillo, who will lead off in this 9th inning, is flied to right, and he's popped up to second. And now you can hear that hum in the background as Furillo steps in the batter's box. He is a word or so with Yogi Berra. Larsen goes back to the Larsen bag. And we're all set for action here in this 9th inning. The outfield is playing just very slightly toward left. Here's the pitch. And there's a foul back behind home plate for strike 1 to Carl Furillo. Furillo out, knocks dirt out of his spikes. Now he digs in at the plate and looks out to the mound. It's strike 1. Larsen delivers. And there's a foul back for strike 2 to Carl Furillo. 2 strikes the count to Carl here in this 9th inning. Berra rubs up the ball and flips it back to Don Larsen, a new ball. And Don now has turned his back to the plate, and he's giving that ball an extra rub. Tugs at the cap, goes to the rosin bag, flips it aside, looks in toward the plate. Furillo steps back in. It's a 2-strike count. Larsen, ready. Here's the pitch. And it's high for a ball, a fastball. It's 2 strikes and ball 1. Don again goes to the rosin bag. Rillo waiting in the batter's box. The right hand is set. 2 strikes and a ball. The pitch. There's a high foul drifting toward the seats and going in the seats off to the right, outside the first base line. So remains 2 strikes and ball 1. Another new ball and play out of the mound. Andy Carey has moved over closer to the line at third. McDougald has moved over just a step or so toward the hole in that shortstop post. 2 strikes, ball 1. Larsen ready. Here it comes. And there's a high foul going off to the right. And out of play. Once again, Berra rubs up the ball prior to throwing it out to Larsen on the mound. Yogi takes a good bit of time, makes sure. And now out there to Larsen, who takes off his cap for a moment. And again is turned with his back to home plate. Don decides little Larsen might help. Flips the bag aside, looks in toward the plate once again with the count. 2 strikes, ball 1. All right hand is ready. Perillo waits, and now Perillo steps off for the moment. And again, Larsen goes to the rosin bag. Now he's ready. Here comes the pitch. There's a fly ball going out to right field. Bauer is waiting, and he has it. And there's 1 out in this top of the 9th inning as Bauer made that catch just about 3 or 4 feet from the cinder pad. The batter is Roy Campanella. Campanella's looked at a called strike 3, and he's popped up. He comes up with 1 out in this 9th inning. Larsen gets the sign. Here comes the pitch. There goes a long foul up against the facing of the upper deck outside the left field line. And it's strike 1 to Campanella. Larsen runs his hands along the sides of his pants. Now, with glove off, is rubbing up the ball, tugging at his cap, and he picks up the rosin back again as Campanella stays right in there in the batter's box. Strike 1 the count. Here comes the pitch. And there's a ground ball going out to Billy Martin. He's up with it, throws to first, and Campanella's out. Dale Mitchell will bat for Sal Maglie. Be sure to stay tuned for Bill Corum's wrap-up of today's game. Bill's one of the country's top sports authorities. He knows baseball inside and out. You'll enjoy his slant on today's highlights. Dale Mitchell comes up with 2 out in the 9th inning. Here comes the pitch, and it's ball 1. Ball 1 to Dale Mitchell. With 2 away in the 9th. 1 to Mitchell. He's a left-handed batter. Dale Mitchell up there with 2 away in the top of the 9th. They're playing him all straight away. Here comes. He's swinging it. 2 strikes, ball 1 to Dale Mitchell. Wilson is proud. 2 strikes. Ball 1 to Mitchell with 2 away in the 9th. Strikes and a ball to Mitchell with 2 away in the top of the 9th inning. Larsen looks in. Here comes the pitch. Fouled off to the left. 2 strikes and a ball. The count remains to Mitchell. Yogi Berra runs out there. He leaps Don Larsen, and he's forced by his teammates. Listen to this crowd roar. Game for Don Larsen. There's never been a no-hitter in series play before. There have been 3 one-hitters. You'll find all that in the Encyclopedia of Baseball. But the first World Series no-hitter, a perfect performance by Don Larsen. Man, what a thrill is this. Well, Bill Cole will have all the highlights for you. So let's take a look at the final score. The New York Yankees, 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. Brooklyn, no runs, no hits, no errors. In just a moment, Bill Cora will review the highlights of today's game for you.
Tremendous, superb, gorgeous, wonderful, magical, perfect. You supply the adjectives because we saw something here at the Yankee Stadium this afternoon that has never happened in all the history of baseball and in 52 World Series. The absolutely perfect game, the first no-hitter ever thrown in World Series history by Don Larsen of San Diego, California. California, here he came, and down the Dodgers went, throwing only 97 pitches. In a ball game in which no man reached first base, this somewhat in-and-out pitcher who came to the Yankees from the Baltimore Orioles as a bit of a throw-in on the Bob Turley trade made history here this afternoon that may never be repeated again in baseball history, because it's awfully hard to pitch a no-hitter at any time, as all of you know and as the Baseball Encyclopedia shows. But when a man does it in the World Series, that's something. There have been 3 one-hitters in the history of baseball. Ed Ruleback of the old Cubs, Floyd Bevins, and Claude Passeau. But never before did a man stand out on that mound and pitch a completely perfect baseball game in the World Series. And that today, Big Don Larsen did, a superb pitcher, a fellow that had absolutely everything, and as the Yankees mobbed him, and he carried squat Yogi Berra on his own shoulders across the lines and toward the Yankee dugout, this stadium and 64,519 folks went wild. Even as early as the 8th inning, he had the fans scattering paper out of the stands when he came to bat, and he, as I told you, made only 97 pitches, struck out 7 men, and was a pitcher to remember, and that I will remember for sure, and I've seen every World Series ball game and every pitch of every series game since 1920. It was a thrill never to be forgotten, and baseball can't forget it. He's a big, somewhat phlegmatic guy that likes to have a pretty good time, and more power to him, and today he was a pitcher that was superb. And he met a superb pitcher, too, let us not forget. The honeymoon ended for the old man from Niagara Falls, Sal Maglie, but he did not go down to defeat ingloriously. He gave up only 5 hits himself, and to the end he was in battling and struck out the side to prove it as he bowed out in the ninth, striking out all 3 Yankee batters, and a great pitcher, too, he was. Of course, it was Mickey Mantle's home run that was enough to win, and that was the same sort of blow that he struck off Maglie in the first game over at Ebbets Field, an inside pitch, hit to right field, and just up in the lower seats. The Yankees didn't need any more runs than that, but they got 1 more, of course, as you know. But the one was plenty, and that was Mantle's 3rd home run and his 8th in World Series play. And he's caught fire, too, here in the, what you might call the middle part of the World Series, since there has to be 1 more game over at Ebbets Field tomorrow, and there could be 2 more. It could go
just as the World Series went last year, but if it does, that means the Yankees will win in the 7th game. But today there is only one story, and can be only one story, and that's the story of Don Larsen. Now, I'm not quite sure of this, but I think that he may very well have come to Baltimore with the old St. Louis Browns when that franchise was moved. What I am sure of is that he wasn't highly considered in the deal that bought Bullet Bob Turley to the Yankees, and Turley was the man that they wanted. But today, Don Larsen is the man that all baseball wants, and everybody in San Diego and everybody in California must cheer the pitching of this big fella this afternoon. It just was something that takes all your adjectives and all your words away. Never for a moment did he waver. Never did he come very close to giving a base on ball. Always he was ahead of the hitters. And time after time, through the middle innings, he was using 4 and 5. And sometimes, well, I don't know that he ever just got by with 3 pitches, but 4, 5, and 6 pitches to dispose of the supposedly hard-hitting Dodgers, and they are hard-hitting Dodgers. Only once or twice did it take sensational plays to save him. Mickey Mantle made one a fine running catch in center field, and Andy Carey, as the game came to its sensational close, a beautiful catch of a smash off Gil Hodges' bat just before, in the 8th inning, just before the man went out to make it his perfect afternoon. Also, little Sandy Amaro smashed one that didn't miss the right field foul line by far, and didn't miss, therefore, becoming a homer by far. But aside from that, the man needed nothing special in the way of support. Maglie did get sensational support, and perfect support, of course, the Yankees gave Larsen. But the little colonel from Kentucky, from Louisville, Wee Reese, turned in one of his finest games at shortstop, made 2 sensational plays, and Duke Snyder, the Duke of Brooklyn, made a catch in center field that also will be remembered. But those things come and go in baseball. The perfect game in World Series play doesn't come and go, and we may live another 50 years before we see a game such as Don Larsen pitched here this afternoon. More power to him, the glory and the power. He was absolutely superb. Now, this broadcast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the Commissioner of Baseball solely for the entertainment of our listening audience, and any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express consent of the Commissioner is prohibited. Thanks to our statisticians, Frank Zazulu and Herb Ebb, our engineers, Gil Camel and Ed King. This broadcast was produced under the supervision of Art Gleason, Director of Sports for the Mutual Broadcasting System. Now, don't forget, folks, we'll be back on the air tomorrow afternoon to report the crucial 6th game of the 1956 World